welcome back to another video. Today I did this olive green look. I hope you guys love it. If you did, make sure to give this video a like and subscribe. Thank you. Alright, so we are going to jump right into priming my eyes, and I am using the Tarte Shape Tape as always, just putting a couple dots on each eye and then blending that in with my finger. So then I am taking this shade Vintage in the Tarte Tartiest Pro palette, and I am using that to set the crease to the brow bone area. In that clip, you saw that I pointed to the shade Classic, but I actually went in with Vintage, which is just a little bit whiter than the Classic shade. So now I am just going in with this shade Bold, and I am just using that to start my transition. So I'm just using circular motions and windshield wiper motions and sweeping that into the crease and just really buffing that out to start a gradual transition. And then once I have that transition built up, I'm just placing some tape on the outside of my eyes just to create a sharper line there. And I'm now going in with a mixture of Profesh and Fierce, and I'm using that to really deepen up the crease area and the outer corner. And so I'm just going to keep using those windshield wiper motions and circular motions to just keep buffing that up and making it darker, but having that tape there just makes it so it's a cleaner line and I don't have to clean it up as much when I am done. So once I'm happy with that level of intensity, I'm just using some concealer, and I'm just using that to start a blank canvas for our lid color. So I'm just using a flat definer brush and just pushing this concealer onto the lid, mostly doing the inner half, but kind of going into that 3/4 area and just slightly cutting the crease, but mostly just making this so it is a bare area and a flat canvas for us to go in with our pigment. So then I'm taking a flat synthetic brush and the color Trendy, which is the bluish green color from this palette, and I am using that to place it all over my lid as I wanted this to be the main standout color in the look. So I started off using a flat definer brush, I sprayed it with some Fix Plus, and I'm just using that to coat my entire lid. However, you are going to see in this I'm getting a lot of fallout and I'm just struggling to get any pigmentation. So I then use my finger, which helps the pigmentation come out a little bit better, but it still isn't as pigmented as I would have liked it to be, and it doesn't quite look like it does in the palette. So I wasn't too happy with this shade, but it ends up turning out alright. You just really, really have to work with it. So then I just went through and blended out all of the edges to create a nice gradual look. So you can see there on my finger, that's the swatch and what I was expecting the color payoff to look like, but once I actually applied it to my lid, that is not how it applied. But if you apply it a lot, you do get some pigmentation, and so it does turn out okay. Then I'm just going to take off the tape and use some wipes to clean up all of that fallout. This is definitely an eyeshadow look where you're going to want to do your eyeshadow before your face makeup because you would have completely ruined it at this point. So now starting off my face, I'm using the Milani Prime Light Primer, and this is just a primer that fills your pores and it has a strobing cream in it, and so it really creates a nice hydrated look, which is awesome if you have dry skin like I do. So you're just going to want to blend that in everywhere, and that will get your face nice and hydrated and ready for some foundation. For foundation, I am using the Becca Aqualuminous foundation again, and I'm just using a damp beauty blender to blend this into my skin. Now I'm going in with a mixture of my Tarte Shape Tape and my Maybeline Fit Me Concealer. I really like the coverage that the Shape Tape gives me, but I got it in a little bit of a darker shade, and so I just wanted a little bit more highlighting with this look, and I have a lighter shade in the Fit Me Concealer. So I'm just mixing those two together to get that good mixture of coverage and color. So I just apply that under my eyelids. I'm also doing that down the bridge of my nose, the tip of my chin, and also in between my eyebrows. And I will just blend that in with the Beauty Blender to highlight the face. And then I am just setting that with the e.l.f. banana powder. I didn't show it to you guys because I need a new one. I have hit pan on this. If there are any really good banana powders that you guys recommend for the under eye, for people with dry skin, I really don't like when they cake up in my under eyes or when it looks really powdery there. So if anyone has good recommendations for ones that they use to set their under eyes, leave those in the comment below because I would love to try out some new ones and see what works best. But I've just been using this when I do want a lighter under eye. And then I'm just going in with my Fit Me powder and putting that all over my face just to set all of the foundation and make the bronzer and blush go on a little smoother. So now I'm just going in with the Pixe Natural Contour Powder. This is my first time using it and I absolutely loved it. The color was perfect on me and it really worked well to contour out my cheekbones. So I used it there under my cheekbones, around the tip of my forehead, and also on my jawline and chin, and it blended in really, really well, and it was a great contour on me. So this is definitely one I recommend at a nice, affordable price. So now I'm just using my Sweet Tea bronzer to bronze up the entire face. So I'm just going to apply that to the same places where I applied the contour, but just being a little more free-handed with it just to add some color to all of my face. So now I'm just using the Milani Rose Blush and dusting that onto my cheekbones. And then I am blending that back towards my hairline just to give my face a nice pulled back and slimmer look. I love the Milani blushes, so these are definitely another affordable makeup product that you guys need to give a try. Now I'm going to finish off my eyes, and I'm going to start with using Profesh and Fierce, which are the two shades I used in my crease. And I am just blending those onto my lower lash line, close to my waterline, and then blending it out using the lighter bold shade just to buff it out and make it match the top a little bit more. Now I'm going to go do my brows off camera using a Precisely My Brow Pencil, and I use shade 3. And then I'm going to line my waterline with a white eye pencil. And then I'm going to use a felt tip liner on the top line. And then I went back over it with the shade Trendy, and it really made that blue shade pop there. So I really liked the look that used by combining those two together. And now I am highlighting my inner corner and my brow bone and my cheekbones using the Holographic highlighter. I will have it linked down below. It's Makeup Revolution. I can't think of the exact name of it off the top of my head, but I'll have that linked down below. Because of the green in my eye, it really made the green shade pop in the highlight, which I loved. And then I also just dusted a little bit of the Becca highlighter in Opal just to kind of calm down that green shade, just a smidge on my cheekbones, but I left it everywhere else. So then I'm just setting that entire look with the Milani Make It Last setting spray. This is my first time using it as recommended by Kathleen Lights, and I absolutely loved it. Once I have my face set, I'm just going to apply some mascara on my top and bottom lashes, just because I like to do this after I set my face, so that way any of the liquid from setting my face doesn't make my mascara run. And now I'm finishing off the looks with the Milani Matte Lip Cream in the shade Sugar. I absolutely love this formula, and so it made trying out some darker shades a great experience. It was a staple to this look since the eyes didn't work out the way I wanted them to. Having this dark lip really make up for it made this look absolutely complete. And again, I love the formula and it went on so nicely. And that is the final look. So here is the final look. It is this olive green eye with a dark lip. Honestly, this green Trendy from the palette is incredibly hard to work with, and it still isn't to the level of pigment that I want. And I tried with Fix Plus using different types of brush and using my finger. My finger ended up being the best way to get pigment onto my eye, but it still fades quickly and just isn't to the level of green that is in the actual palette. So I definitely wouldn't recommend that color, and that was the thing that had inspired this entire look. But I do still like the way it turned out, and I love it with this dark lip. I hope you guys love it as much as I do.